Well, up until the age of 26, I was a perfectly convinced atheist. Since I've become a Christian, my whole life has changed, really. I just went on this amazing journey of just discovering more and more. And then obviously, I ended up getting ordained. That was a real surprise. It seems like a bit of a practical joke that God's played on me. I never would have thought I'd be doing this. And if you told me when I was a teenager that I'd be eventually one day getting ordained in the church, I would have laughed, I think. And so there's just so much around you when you're part of a church community that can help you to kind of look at what's that next little bit that's going to, resolve a question that you might have. That I always said, I wish I could have a faith in God, but it's just not me. And I thought it wasn't possible for someone like me to, come to believe that God is real, that Jesus really is who he claims to be. I was the least likely person to end up with one of these collars on. I was the person who hated church. I was the person who, really didn't get on with Christians. I thought, I didn't like any of them. I was the person who knew all the arguments against God, and I'd read The God Delusion when I was a kid and all that sort of stuff. And God still found a way to make himself real in my life.